Thanks for coming to my presentation. First of all, I have never ever done anything like this before. I'm not a public speaker. I'm not a professional. I'm just me. You don't like it? Well, okay, so I hope everybody had a good lunch and was able to get through the line and get some food. And that you were able to book some parties and texting out those pictures of the catalogs. Hopefully it was of a lot of catalogs and you're booking a lot of parties. So, I want you guys to stand up. You know, I know y'all are tired because you got that food in your bellies. So, we're going to take the stance. We're going to take the stance. You know what we are?
Power.
A lot of girls. And a lot of boys. And since every superhero, you know, has to have some type of, well, we're girls, so we need to accessorize. So this is our weapon. So if the spatula is our weapon, unless you're the guy, and then you can have the knife. But the girls, the spatula. This is a double whammy, because, you know, we're a scoop on one side and a spatula on the other. So, or you guys can sit down. But we're a lot of girls. So on the way here today, I was thinking about being a Velada girl versus being a Scentsy girl. And I'll tell you my story in a minute, and I do love Scentsy. But I'm a dipper, I love food. When I came out with Velada, I was like, that's my thing. So I wrote on my Facebook today a couple perks of being a Velada girl. We bleed red for reals. Everybody else says they bleed different colors, we bleed red, okay? So we're authentic, right? We bleed red. So we get paid to eat the chocolate. We get paid to play with knives. Red Kool-Aid tastes better, even better than purple. And we get to paint our toenails red, and red's hot. So that is a lot of benefits and perks about being a Velada girl. So if you're not a Velada girl yet, hopefully you will be by the end of my presentation. So I'm Theresa Gabriel. I am a director. I live in Katy, Texas. I am a transplant there. I'm from Missouri. Haven't been there very long. I started with Scentsy July 13th of 2009. Became a director that November. I started with Velada on March 1st, the day they came out. Started with Grace Dell, August 1st, the day they came out. I am all in. I choose Scentsy, but I do choose Velada. When I first found out about Velada, it was at leadership. So we found out in January before they released it at Spring Sprint, and then we were all able to sign up in March. I loved it. I love chocolate. Hello. Chocolate's good. I loved the idea of it. I came home, and of course, you know, I couldn't share that with my team. A lot of things they tell us at leadership they don't want us to share. So I'm a sharer, and I'm a dipper. So when I get home, I'm like busting with all of these ideas and all of this energy and planning how my March is going to go. I had hundreds of customers. I was very successful with Scentsy. I knew all of my customers were going to want Scentsy, right? Or Velada, because they had Scentsy. Scentsy is a product that they loved. It was a company that they respected. They could trust the products. We had lifetime warranties. We stood behind all of our products. They were just automatically going to want Velada. I wasn't even going to try to book parties. I wasn't going to try to book shows. My customers were just going to want to buy it because they trusted me as their consultant. My customers did not want to buy Velada at all. I realized that I was going to have to work. And that was okay, I'm a worker and I'm a hard worker. But Scentsy was a lot easier, and I actually reverted back to selling Scentsy hardcore. It was just, you know, hard work here, everybody's lining up for Scentsy. Make a choice. So whenever Velada came out, the economy was starting to have some difficulties, and eventually we all know that it tanked pretty hard. And my husband and I had the conversation many times. If you had to choose between a $40 warmer or $40 worth of gas in your car, you're going to choose $40 worth of gas in your car. So I couldn't even really, you know, be upset with people because they weren't buying warmers for their chocolate, because it didn't really make sense. And I still had my blinders on. I was like, this is just for chocolate. You know, and when they first came out though, we did have the discussion about the warranty. The same with Scentsy, you know, you only use our wax, so you only use our chocolate, and then things changed. But So that's my story for when I first started with Volata. And then I'll tell you how I restarted with Volata here in a little bit. So the things that work for me is that I know that I have to market this product. And what you guys need to realize is right now we're still in the very early stages of a company and we're creating brand recognition. I tell all my hostesses, all of my customers, well, mostly I just tell anybody that will listen to me that this is the new Easy Bake Oven. Because mothers love to buy things for their little girls, specifically. Little boys too, but little girls. And if you can get a mom on board with something that they can get their little girl in the kitchen and they can have some good times, then it's going to change the way they look at the warmer. It's not just for her, for girls' night, or chocolate and wine. It now has two purposes. My little girl's going to like this too. This is Saturday afternoon fun. Or when Dad's watching football on Sunday, we can go in the kitchen and dip some cake balls. So I say goodbye to the Easy Bake Oven and hello to the Volata warmer. Some ideas for preteens and teens are cake pops, Rice Krispie treats, chocolate spoons. I make hot chocolate on a stick, and if anybody wants this recipe, I will be glad to give this to them. And basically just started thinking outside of the box, like how I could get people to really want this product and be willing to spend the money for it. But what you have to be is knowledgeable about your product. You can't sell something that you don't know anything about. So my grandson doesn't like chocolate. And so it's still questionable whether he's related to me or not. But he does love Scentsy. That child loves Scentsy, and that's all he's ever known. I mean, he's 6, and I've been doing this for 4.5 years, so he's always known Scentsy. And we were in Florida one time, and he was like, "Oh, Mom," that's what he calls me. "Oh, Mom, why is your Scentsy guy down here?" Because it was the UPS truck. And I'm the only Scentsy person in the whole world. And the UPS guy only brings stuff to Oma. So I wanted this child to love Volata, too. So I had to get creative and think outside the box, and it wasn't going to be chocolate, and it wasn't going to be cheese, but he likes him some barbecue sauce and chicken nuggets. So he felt really special when I would do that for him. I would get the barbecue sauce, put it in the warmer, put it on the table, and he really felt like I was doing something for him. And I also like to do like syrup in the mornings for French toast sticks. One of my favorite things is, and we've done this in my family for as long as I can remember, is like we'll take some peanut butter and some syrup and some butter and make a mixture and put that on toast or biscuits, and in the warmer, that's super popular too, even with apples. But you can't just think chocolate and cheese when you're thinking about our warmers. Has anybody seen my videos online? Okay, 3, that's good, that's okay, because the rest of you are you're gonna learn about it. And you can continue to watch those, and I can continue to help you grow your Volata business even outside of here today. So I am going to pass this around. What this is hot chocolate on a stick. The little tag says, "Made just for you using Volata chocolate." The directions are to stir into one cup of hot milk and enjoy. So basically you heat up a cup of milk and you stir this until all this is dissolved and you have the cup of hot chocolate. And it's Volata chocolate, it is cocoa powder, and powdered sugar. So, and this will be on one of my videos coming soon. Mind if I toss this to you? And y'all can pass that around. Okay. So the idea behind Scentsy is creating the hostess with the mostest. And what I tell my hostesses, not just my hostess, my party hostesses, but you all know the person inside your group that loves to have the parties. Everybody goes to their house, right? They're your customer. They're who you need to be targeting. And I say, you know, I want you to be the hostess with the mostest, but I don't want you to have to work hard at it. All of our products are designed to be super easy to make and to clean. And who doesn't love that? I mean, everybody loves that. That's one of the things I love most about it. We're empty nesters, which we love. Like, they were watching the video this morning, and April's like, "Isn't that such a cute family? Doesn't that make you want that?" I was like, "No." They're just gone. And it's good. It's real good. So no, that didn't appeal to me at all. They looked real cute. And that's another thing. Like the raclette, they're great for families. But please don't forget about your empty nesters. They're even better for the empty nester. Like my husband and I, we're done with the pots and the pans, okay? We're done with macaroni and cheese. So we have our chicken on one side, we have our vegetables on the other, dinner's over, we watch the top of that raclette, go for a walk, we watch a movie. We work, we do whatever we want. We don't have to stay in the kitchen working on all that stuff. So think about that. The other place you guys need to go, you either are in one or you know somebody that is in some type of a weight loss program. You need to be contacting those people. You either need to go and contact the coordinator of a weight loss program or a friend of yours that's in this. Because the raclette is some of the healthiest eating that you really can have. It's also some of the worst eating that you can have, but you get to choose. But whenever you're talking to weight loss people, you say, this is some of the healthiest eating you can have. And it is. You don't have to spray it. You don't have to put the oils on. You really can eat healthy. Like I said, chicken on one side, vegetables on the other. I mean, it doesn't get any healthier than that. You don't have to put teriyaki sauce on it. We do, but you don't have to. You don't. So, and don't tell them about the teriyaki sauce. You know, if they figure that out, that's on them. They're the ones paying $5 a week to go in there and wait. But loan your raclette out. If you don't have one, you have got to get one. You have to have the raclette. You don't know what you're missing. It is one of the most phenomenal products I've ever used. And I'm cynical. I am a pessimist. I am all the negative things that you can imagine, and I love it. And like the party bowl, since I'm talking about being cynical, the party bowl, 60 bucks, right? I'm like, 60 bucks? Why is that thing 60 bucks? And then I thought, okay, I have everything else they sell, times 14. So I'm going to get the party bowl, like with my free stuff. That way, if I don't like it, I ain't paying for it. So I get it. Now I'm in love with that thing. It's the most amazing thing. It's super heavy, it's ceramic, and it's totally worth the money. So then whenever I see the ceramic utensil holder or whatever the thing's called in the new catalog, and it's like $55, I already know that's going to be worth the money because I already went through this process with the party bowl. So now you guys don't even have to do that. I'm telling you, all those things are worth the money. The party bowl, here's what I do with it. Now here you need to write this down. This is so important. This is how you're going to sell the party bowl. So the party warmer can sell itself. It's one of the most phenomenal products we have. That thing will keep your cheese dip heated like no other. I made key lime fondue in that thing yesterday and kept it hot for 3 hours until I turned it off. And that video, I did post that video today. So the party bowl, here's how I use it. If I'm going to put something cold on for my dippables, I put my party bowl in the refrigerator a couple of hours before I'm ready to serve. So it's cold when I get it out. And then I place all of my stuff on there and I'll put it back in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes and get it out when I'm ready to serve it. So really that's creating a totally different serving experience because the ceramic will hold the temperature. So on the other side of that, especially with shrimp, I love to put my shrimp on there to keep my shrimp cold, and I love to put my butter in the warmer to keep my butter melted because nothing makes me madder than going back to that butter dish and it's hardening and then I can't dip my crab or my shrimp. That's just one of the worst feelings. You're just like, oh man, I don't even want it anymore because I'm not going to put that back in the microwave. So on the other side of the party bowl, the microwave. So if I'm going to be doing chips and dip, I take my party bowl, I put it in the microwave, and I get it good and hot in there. And it's ceramic, you know, so you can put that in the microwave. I get it out, I put my chips on there, I put it back in the microwave, heat my chips, you know, for a minute, minute and a half, and get it out. And so now I've created a whole different serving experience. My chips are warm, they're going to stay warm for a while because my bowl is ceramic and it's going to hold that temperature. So, I mean, it's like you're at a fancy restaurant. It's like we're caterers. People are going to be like, you're such an amazing hostess. Yeah. I feel like the Rice Krispie lady. Everybody's seen that commercial, right? She's in there reading her book, making Rice Krispie treats, and she's put the flour all over, and she comes out of the kitchen like this. And her kids are like, oh, you're the best. And she's like, uh-huh. And so that's how I feel whenever I put this spread out and it looks like I worked really, really hard. It's funny because my daughter says that about me. She's like, my mom can really throw a party. She knows where to buy all the good stuff. Because you just make it happen. You make it look wonderful, but don't work real hard at it. And Velada makes that so much easier. So let's talk about samples. You guys all hand out Scentsy samples, right? Are you handing out Velada samples? No, nobody's handing out Velada samples. But why not? I mean, could you imagine for a second if somebody walked up to you and said, would you like a sample of chocolate? Hell yeah, I want a sample of chocolate. Yes, I do. In fact, so do all of these people around me, all my friends. Everybody wants a sample of chocolate. So you're missing out if you're not handing out samples of chocolate. So we've heard the, with Scentsy, give them a sample. If they smell it, they're hooked. Okay, well, taste the chocolate. What do you think is going to happen if they taste the chocolate? They're going to be hooked. There is no chocolate better than ours. Our chocolate is amazing. It's super amazing. So you can either put little, the wafers in the baggies. You can melt it down if you want. I do prefer the chocolate melted. I think that the chocolate tastes so much better when it's melted than just in the wafer. So if you're going to hand out a wafer or any sample, I always tell people to put it on their tongue and let it melt. Do not take a bite out of it. Totally different experience. They need to let that start melting. They're going to order. They're going to order. So the little spoons, wafers, baggies, just make sure you're handing out samples. And don't put them in your purse next to your Scentsy samples. This is a different ball game. We're dealing with a totally different deal here. But you need to be handing out Velada samples. I challenge all of you guys to do that this week. So the more you use your Velada, the more you're going to sell it. You guys agree with that? So I thought about this so much. And, I talked to my team about this because, I'm totally on board with Velada. I realize a lot of people aren't because, again, I know how easy it is to sell Scentsy, and it's not as easy to sell Velada yet. But we're coming. We're coming. People sell Scentsy because people use Scentsy. Do you have a Scentsy warmer going in your house right now? Do you have a scent circle in your car? Did you use your Velada warmer this week? No. Nobody? Who used their Velada warmer this week? Yeah? So, so I had a customer say to me, she's like, I've seen those Raclettes before, but I just don't know where to store it. I'm like, on your counter. On your counter. It fits perfect right there. It fits perfect. You do not have to put it away because you need to be using it every single day. And you're going to thank me for that. So, every single day, using the Velada warmer. We're chocolate cheese, butter for your seafood, barbecue sauce, marinara, hummus, any kinds of dips, pizza sauce for breadsticks, ravioli, syrups, and then the syrup, butter, peanut butter. I'm telling you, syrup, butter, and peanut butter. You guys are going to email me after that deal. I promise. Anybody ever open their cabinet and pull out their Velada warmer and your chocolate looks like this?
Yes.
Yes. Did you throw it away? No, there's nothing wrong with it, people. There's nothing wrong with this. It looks gross, right? This is called Bloom, and a gourmet chocolate will do that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You do not need to throw it away at all. Okay, so do you see this? All this white stuff around here?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't throw your dish away. This is just moisture. This is silicone. When some moisture gets on silicone, it is going to create white spots. That's going to happen. So I did this on purpose, so I only had to bring one thing because I'm efficient that way. So Bloom on the chocolate's fine. Eat it with a spoon. I don't care. Don't throw it away. Don't throw it away. White on your silicone is fine. It's moisture. It happens, you cannot fully dry it. Whenever you wash it under the sink, you get your dish towel out, you cannot fully dry silicone. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll put it in the microwave, kind of like the concept with this. If I need to wash it and then I need to immediately put my chocolate in there because I have a hankering, I will put it in the dishwasher first, or in the microwave, and try to get it as dry as I can. Because you guys all know about chocolate getting wet, right? Liquid in your chocolate. It's called seizing. So that's why we say that your strawberries have to be dry. You cannot dip liquid stuff into your chocolate. Your chocolate will seize, and you cannot recover it. It's really just gone. I'd still eat it with a spoon. I'm not proud, but you can't really dip it. It's not going to be creamy. It's not going to be creamy at all. So that's called seizing. So again, no liquid into the chocolate. Your fruit has to be dry. I know a lot of my hostesses, when I tell them that, because they love bananas, will either dip it out, or they get the dried bananas or the dried fruits, and those taste great too. And apparently they're healthy. I haven't got them in. So try that, but don't put any liquids in your chocolate. And don't throw your dish away if it has any types of spots on it whatsoever, unless like it's growing something, and you know your chocolate's fine. Okay, so the cheese. Anybody have any super bad experiences with the cheese? Yeah? Oh, feel free to raise your hands. We're all family here. Yeah. You're like, oh, maybe me. Yeah, it's difficult, right? So you can't just put the cheese in the warmer. You can't. It's not going to look pretty in about 30 minutes. In fact, it's going to look pretty bad. I was doing a show with a lady, and God love her, we put the cheese in the warmer, and I thought, and I was like, I'm not sure that we should be doing this. And she's like, they need to taste the cheese, and I was like, I didn't bring my stuff to thin it, and it wasn't long. I said, you take that to the bathroom and you dump that out, and she about curled. It looks so bad. The cheese tastes amazing, but what it looks like after you've warmed it for a little while is not very appetizing. So what you need to do is thin it. We're not going to call the cheese fondue anymore. I don't know if you noticed in your catalogs, it's now called a dip. It's not called fondue anymore. It's really not a fondue. We cannot get that thinned enough to really be dipping vegetables or crackers or breads or that type of thing in it. So I'm going to tell you guys a secret that we've done in my family for as long as I can remember: cream and mushroom soup. Anytime you want to thin something, cream and mushroom soup. So I've been putting cream and mushroom soup in my cheese, and it thins it. It makes it aesthetically pleasing. It doesn't really change the taste because cream and mushroom soup is not like a real screaming flavor. And when you go to rewarm it, it's very smooth, and it tastes wonderful. Yeah.
Have you used anything else? Because I have several clients who are allergic to mushrooms.
Beer.
Oh, beer.
Wine. Water. Milk. Rotel.
Okay.
Beer.
That works?
Yeah.
Are you talking with the chunks of mushroom in it?
The cream and mushroom, Campbell's,
It has chunks of
has a little bit of crunch, yeah. And so like I'll do cheddar cheese. I'll do a whole container of cheddar cheese. I'll do a half a can of cream and mushroom, you know, the small 10.5, whatever they are, and a half a can of Rotel, the original Rotel, and make a cheese dip, a queso, and it really tastes phenomenal. It does. And it's kind of comical because we've always made that with the other V word. And so I was doing a show, and I always, you know, people are like, what is that? And I'm like, well, it's got cream and mushroom soup with wood. And people are like, cream and mushroom soup? And I'm like, yeah, just taste it. So then I was doing a different show, and the lady walked up, she's like, you're the one that does the cream and mushroom soup. And I thought, okay, well, yeah. I mean, that's not how I really wanted to be known around town. It's a cream and mushroom soup lady. That wasn't like really how I was trying to market myself, but yes, I'm the cream and mushroom soup lady. So whatever works, as long as she remembered me, I guess it doesn't matter. But I use cream and mushroom soup, and beer, wine, water, milk, whatever your preference is. Rotel, anything that you can thin it. You can make it look beautiful. It already tastes amazing. You just have to make it look like it tastes amazing. It's going to take a little bit of work. It's going to take a little bit of trial and error, but it's worth it. Everybody that tastes the cheese loves it. They don't necessarily know what to do with it, but they love it. So it's our job to teach them. It's our job to educate our customers. I don't just sell cheese. You know, like they're like, oh, I want a 6-pack cheese. I'm like, okay, wait. We need to discuss the cheese. Because if they get home with that cheese and they put it in their warmer and they're yakking in 30 minutes, they're not going to call me back. But if I explain it all to them, and I'm like, this is how you're going to enjoy this cheese the most, they appreciate it. And they come back. Because the smoked Gouda is good. I mean, it's all good. But that smoked Gouda, we sell it. Which surprised me. I didn't think I would like it at all. But I do put wine in them. But people that love smoked Gouda, they generally have it with wine. So it really goes well together.
Can I ask what wine goes best with it?
Well, you gotta get your little thing, sister.
Little tray thing.
What is it called? Somebody.
Wheel.
Your wheel, you know, the wheel. So, have you seen those?
I just did in the display. I just
Yes.
signed up for Blot, so.
Well, welcome to my world. Okay, so get the wheel. You know, people are obsessed with that wheel. They want to buy it from me. So you spin it around, you know, and it'll tell you the cheese and it'll tell you the wines and it matches everything up for you. Like I'm not
I didn't look at it, so I didn't think so. I mean,
Yeah, but when you.
I remember seeing it, and I was thinking I have an idea what that's for, but I didn't look closely at it, so.
And mostly, like if the bottle's open, the wine is good. Put it in the cheese. So, but if you want to get technical, you can go downstairs, look at the wheel, and match it. Okay? All right, so we got to be cooking with the chocolate and the cheese. It's not just for dipping, okay? We're making chocolate sticks. We're making cheese balls. I made a cheese ball out of the cheese, and it's phenomenal. Soups, anything, brownies, cookies. You're cooking with these. These are top of the line food products. This is not crap that we sell that go along with our warmers. This is good stuff. This is really going to enhance any recipe that you have. So if you have a recipe that calls for cream cheese, really consider using a tub of cheese instead. And just experiment with it. I mean, I wake up all the time with these crazy ideas. And okay, here's the one problem with being an empty nester. And there's only one, I promise. I have all of these ideas. We can't eat that much food. I'm like looking for outlets, like for a homeless shelter or something. We cannot eat that much food. I have like ideas for months, and I'm like, I want to try this and I want to try that, and I'm like, we just can't eat this much food. So be cooking with it, and when you do, tell other people, tell your Scentsy family. We need to be sharing these ideas with each other because these are the things that are going to get this brand to take off. Okay, so rubs. The rubs. Anybody use the rubs? Like the rubs? I love the rubs. Love the rubs. I made my chili with the rubs the other day. I made tacos with that Santa Maria barbecue stuff. Dips. Okay, who's ever heard of Tastefully Simple? Tastefully Simple? Okay. So you know how they use mayonnaise, sour cream, and cream cheese. That's like their three staples, right? So you either make a dip with mayonnaise and cream cheese, or sour cream, or you make a dip with cream cheese and sour cream. I've been using the rubs to make my dips. So you can make them for vegetables. You know, use the rubs for what they're called for too, of course, for the meat, because that's phenomenal. But don't put the rubs in a box either. We're making soups with those. We're making dips with those. I make salad dressing with it. I obviously don't eat super healthy, and I'm fine with that, but I really try to stay away like from MSG. And so I make my own ranch dressing out of the rubs. So you guys really have so many opportunities to reach out to people that have issues. So, you know, because our chocolate and our cheese is gluten-free, the dark is dairy-free. I mean, everybody knows somebody that has an issue like that now. It seems like it's more and more prominent. So I tell everybody, oh, this is dairy-free, and they're like, what? You know, like, oh, so-and-so needs that. You know, they turn around and tell their sisters, your friend's brother's kid is dairy-free. You know, everybody knows somebody that needs something that's dairy-free. So make sure we're telling people that. Okay, so the raclette. $140, except this month it's $126. Anybody think that's too expensive? It's not. Somebody asked me, how do you justify $140? I don't. Here's what I know. When you start trying to sell something, it starts losing its value quick because you just look like the vacuum salesman. If you're doing a home party and you're demoing the raclette, you do not have to try to talk people into buying it. They may not be able to buy it, but they want to. Those are the people you need to book for parties, okay? It does not have to be justified. It is worth $140. I have a friend that sent me some pictures of a raclette that was more expensive than ours, had to buy the granite top separate, did not come with a lifetime warranty. So many benefits to our raclette. Use it. Buy one for yourself, use it, and make sure that people understand that this is a way to get their family back to the table. And is that worth $140? I know when my girls were at home, I would have paid $140 some days to get my kids back to the table. Some days I would have paid $140 to get them away from the table. So anyway, so remember that. When you start trying to sell something, it starts losing its value, okay? Just be honest about the product. So the granite will get up to 450 degrees. The aluminum will get up to 375. A lot of people look at that because we sell a fondue warmer, they think we're selling a warmer. You know, that just keeps things heated. So make sure that they know from a raw state, you can cook your meat. You know, it is a grill, not a buffet, okay? So recipe clubs, get your friends, family involved. Give away chocolate, give away cheese, get people to make them recipes. We actually have a website, if you want to write this down. It's www.youservedit, youservedit.com. And somewhere on there, you can ask me afterwards if you're interested because we only did this last night. We have a link for consultants to go, and we created recipe cards that do not have our information on it, so you can share those with your customers. Because I create recipes all the time, and we wanted to figure out a way to share those with you, but I obviously do not have time to email those to everybody. So we're going to post those, and you guys can come and get those and share them with your teams and with your customers. And Hugh's in charge of that.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to talk real quick about the opportunity. How am I doing on time?
15.
Okay. So I want to talk real quick about the opportunity. And I'm really passionate about the opportunity that we have with Volata. Okay, first of all, we've said that you guys use Scentsy fragrance every day, right? Raise your hands. And you have consistent sales with Scentsy fragrance? And we know you're not using your Volata every day, right? And do you have consistent sales with Volata? Anybody see a pattern? Okay. Well, then I'll leave that up to you. Because everybody knows how to do easy math, and that is easy math. Okay, so the most important product we have to sell is ourselves. You have to sell yourself as a consultant that has integrity, is authentic, is sincere, and knowledgeable. If you do not know your products, people are not going to buy products from you, are they? No. They're going to keep moving because you're like, well, you know, they ask you a question about the chocolate and you're like, yeah, I don't really, no, it tastes good. It tastes real good. You know, or they ask about the warmer, or if you have a customer come back to you and they say, why is my chocolate doing this? And you don't know the answer, you know, you have got to educate yourself about the product. That's on you. You know, Scentsy can't do that for you. That's something that you have to take on yourself. You have to decide that you want to be an amazing Volata consultant and put the work into it. Just like whenever we get the Scentsy catalog, we sit down or I do, and I study the Scentsy catalog because I want to be knowledgeable for, well, not just for me, but for my team. But when it comes out, I need to know what's going away. I need to know what's coming back. I know what customers missed a scent, and they'll be so thrilled that it's coming back. These are things that set you apart from other consultants. You have to do it. You have to know your products. So if you are really passionate about food, you know people that are passionate about food, this is a whole different ballgame with Scentsy. This is very personal. So if you've ever looked at a product like with Pampered Chef or whatever, and you're thinking about cooking, nobody, and I'm going to say this, nobody looks at it and says, oh, I think I would enjoy making that for myself. Nobody. They say, I think my kids would like that. I think my kids would enjoy that. I think my husband would enjoy those rubs on his ribs. It's not about the woman anymore. Scentsy is. Scentsy is about the woman's like, I'm home all day, and French lavender is my favorite, and that's what I'm going to warm all day, because it's about me. 8 to 5, my husband's gone. My kids are gone to school. It's about me. This is my car. I don't care what you put in your car, what scent circle you put in your car, I'm putting French lavender in my car. Volata's not. Volata's about the family. Volata's about their friends. Volata is about making them look good, but this is going to be a trust relationship. This is going to be they're trusting me to sell them products that are going to be good for their friends and their family too. This is them trusting me, saying this is gluten-free, or this does not have nuts. This is me knowing my products well enough that they trust me and they're going to serve this to their children. It's a whole different deal. Their relationships are a lot more important here because it's food. It's food. It's something that's going on the table. The dining experience and the social part of this can't be overlooked. And you have to have that relationship with them because then they're taking that back to the people that they have relationships with. So you need to know your products and create those relationships. So now we're going to have a little bit of interaction. And again, I'm super passionate about the Volata opportunity, not just the products. So if you've ever looked, and I want y'all to be really, really honest with me, okay? So if you've ever looked at the top leaders of Scentsy and thought, I wish I had gotten in at the beginning and had the opportunity that they did. I want you to stand up. Seriously, right now, I've said it. I mean, have you ever looked at your superstar director and thought, oh, she's so lucky because she was with Scentsy when they first started and she makes a ton of money. Okay, so guess what? Now I want you to stay standing. This is important. You need to know this. You are at the beginning of Volata. There is a huge opportunity. You know, we're not even 2 years old yet. So next year, 5 years, people are going to be looking at you guys. If you really embrace this brand and take off with it, you are going to be the people that those people are talking about. They're going to be like, man, I wish I had started with Volata and I was making all that money and I had all that big team and I knew what they knew. You guys are going to be those people. And even if you don't sell Volata and you have a team, you have to educate yourself about it because you have to educate your team. So I encourage all of you to be those people. And you can sit down. And to really think about that. I mean, that's huge, right? There are, okay, I wrote this down because I wanted to have the exact number. I looked it up this morning. There are 128,000 Scentsy family consultants throughout the world. 24,000 consultants will attend spring sprints. That's 20%. So you guys are the 20% that invested your time, energy, and money to further your business by coming today. And a lot of people came for the free stuff, right? And I can guarantee you that when Sarah opens that door and looks out there, there's going to be a bunch of chit-chatters out there. People that are just waiting for this afternoon session where they're going to give away more free stuff. But you guys are in here, and you're learning, and you're training, and you want to further your business. You guys are going to be the people that make the difference for this company. But it's work, it's brand recognition, and it's up to all of us to create it. So what I did, you know, is I have started these videos. I do recipe videos 3 times a week, ordinarily. The reason I did this is I am from Missouri. I just moved to Texas. I don't know a soul. I still am totally fine with being an empty nester, but it's hard to meet people. We don't have kids in t-ball. We don't have kids in gymnastics. My husband works in a very small office and I stay home. So we don't really have that way to get out. I'm a total introvert. I know you guys aren't really, you're my peeps. I can do this, but I'm an introvert. I'm not the person that's talking to the person behind me at the grocery store. I'm the one going, oh, I gotta get out of here. Why am I here on a Saturday? I don't work all week. This is so stupid. So I decided to start making the videos to set myself apart and to find a niche. And I encourage you all to do that too. Find whatever makes you happy with food and grab hold of it and run with it. It could be desserts, it could be grilling, it could be cheese balls, it could be anything. So find what works for you and take off. So on our website, you're welcome to go there anytime you want. I'm creating, I cooked a cake in this the other day, woke up on Super Bowl Sunday at 5 in the morning. My husband was super jazzed about this. You can imagine. At 5 o'clock in the morning, my eyes pop open, and I'm like, I can make a cake in the silicone dish in the microwave, because I've seen people put stuff in the microwave in silicone dishes before. And I went to the grocery store and got 2 cake mixes because I knew I could not do it on the first try. And I did not. But literally made a cake in this in 1 minute. I'm not kidding you, and if you don't believe me, go watch my video. And that's the thing I'm talking about. So we have a lot of videos, which are amazing. Their videos are amazing. Okay, but how many of you guys have seen something on TV and got home and ordered it, and you can't figure it out, or it doesn't work the way the infomercial probably. Or you went to the hair salon, your hair looked great, and then you got home and you can't ever make your hair look like that again. So what I've decided is I'm just a real person. I don't have a fancy kitchen. I have some really great products that I love, and I want to show people how to use them. And I'm just me. And I feel like that is so important, because you have to see this product to believe it. And that's the only way I knew how to get this product out to the people that I don't live close to anymore. But it is seeing it, is believing it. Loan your stuff out to people, just like you would a Scentsy warmer. Loan your raclette out. Loan your fondue warmers out. Give them a couple recipes and let them run with it. So I think that's it. So at the end of my videos, I say, I served it, and you can too. So I'm going to say, I'm a velada girl, and you can be one too. Yeah, anybody have any questions? My website, and I have cards here. And so my other thing is, like, if you do not have a sponsor that's super in love with velada, it doesn't matter if somebody's super in love with velada. You know, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be somebody on your team, but connect with somebody. Just like when you're losing weight and you want somebody to talk to you all the time about it, because it helps, find somebody that loves velada and talk to them all about it all the time. So my card's down here. You're welcome to grab it and check out my videos. And if I run out of velada cards, which I might, my Scentsy cards are under there. So you can just email me and I'll send you back my link. I do have the knife, the cutting mat, and the spatula up here if anybody wants to look at it. You're welcome. Good job. Thank you, thank you.